Hey folks, Valentin the Mad here, and today we have a quick look at the destruction in the gunship levels of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So usually in a CoD game, what you have is a few responsive props here and there, something larger is generally scripted. In the other games you had tank levels where very specific parts of buildings would break if you shot them, and I was expecting something along the lines of the latter when I first began playing the gunship levels. But it goes much beyond that, so let's see what we have. First up is buildings. That is very much in the vein of Man of War Assault Squad 2. So we have variations mapped across that will get destroyed when hit. They're mapped on the outside and the inside too. No collapsing sequences, they just get chewed up until they're basically gone. Now the first mission has some rules of engagement stuff, you can shoot most buildings, but in the second one, the action zone is a small town. You sit and think, are we to respond? And the answer is yes. Except for the church, which you can shoot, you can destroy any building, and that makes for a very cool and a very responsive section. I don't know the bridge in the water tower, those also get destroyed, but the collapsing sequences are scripted. Now there are some oddities occasionally, and for most buildings you don't have wasting debris on the outside around it. The surroundings will be quite clean, but other than those, the functionality is very cool and really wasn't expecting it from a CoD game. As for terrain, the responses are very simple, just a bump map decal. For the 40mm and the missile, those decals seem to be permanent, so not very fancy, but it does play a role in making the aftermath feel quite messy. The vegetation is the weakest aspect here, and simply because the responses are very inconsistent. So, crops respond but bushes won't, palm trees go down, other trees don't. So, just very strange and very inconsistent. And I don't want to mention the various props you have scattered around, and blowing those up is also quite satisfying. The only issue there is that you don't have very much of an aftermath for many of those. They blow up into physically responding debris, and those disappear sometime after the impact. In conclusion, with the exception of some wasting debris stuff and the vegetation, the latter very odd, I'm overall very impressed. I really wasn't expecting the coolest response feature in the game to be in the destruction aspect, and this is a very pleasant surprise. Not enough to justify a full purchase, $70, that is quite a lot. But if you are already getting it for MP, those levels are definitely worth several runs. Now you might think I'd play a full game of that, and interestingly, shortly before the SP preview came out, I have received a suggestion about a game that is basically that is called Project Gunship. To my understanding, at the moment it is in a very heavily work in progress state, but it does look worth following. A link to it is in the description. So, that is it for this video. Do let me know what you think in the comment section, and subscribe for more response related content coming your way soon. Until next time!